we think all the time. How do we change that thinking? Like, how can like my mind was always on this incident that was going on, this problem that was happening, right? So how do you shift it and not let that mind plague you?
So you were a victim of what we call orbit of consciousness. And what that means is you can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah, all the time.
So thought
Yeah.
starts here, goes around, and I don't care what you've seen driving down the road or whatever, here it goes again, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is PTSD, by the way. PTSD is an orbit of consciousness around a negative event. It's very simple. I've been able to change that on many individuals because we stop the orbit. That's something I learned in yoga. Zen Buddhism, we call it stop thinking. Right. And like I say, it's a hard thing for people to do. Stop thinking requires you to sit down and literally stop thinking about it. Now, there's an easier way to do that, and we call it mantra yoga. And what we're doing is overriding the thought processes with a sound. Well, we did that in the 60s and we called it rock and roll. And so it's a way to avoid thinking about Vietnam and Chicago and a whole bunch of other things that were going on, that we would use music. And in doing so, our thoughts wouldn't go there. I just told somebody yesterday, you can't listen to Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven 52 times in a row. That's psychological warfare. We would do it when we left the bars at night by dropping $2 worth of quarters in and touch the same song 22 times. It makes people crazy, and it makes you crazy, right? To have that thought. And so to orbit and to explore all of it and to re-explore and re-explore means you don't have an answer yet. It also means you haven't made a choice. So remember what I said, if it became a court action, it's the responsibility of the lawyers. Your responsibility is to be healthy, make money, and support their actions on your behalf. That's the language. So it's kind of like your teammates now are people you never met before. I have a client, a young one I've been working with since he's 7 years old, and he's in a selection process for one of the NFL teams. We'll find out in the next month or so if he makes it. Okay, makes a roster. And I told him at that point, I will have to create a new team around you. You don't have one. You had a team, meaning the football team previously, and you have a new team you're going to, but you're going to have your own team once you get there. I want to know who your vice president is. In other words, somebody that speaks for you. I want to know who your accountants are, who your lawyers are, who your agents are. Who do you see all these people that constitute a team that is successful? So when I did investment banking, is something I played with, people would come to us with a brilliant idea, and we would say, who's your vice president? Who's your accountants? Who's your attorneys? Who's your this? If people couldn't answer that, we'd say the answer is no, you don't get money. And the reason you don't get money is you have no way to execute whatever your brilliant idea is. We know you have a brilliant idea, but we don't know your ability to execute it because you haven't put a team behind it. So it's something that all entrepreneurs and everybody trying to change out of the situation should realize, is that you have to get yourself to a point where you can start incorporating a new teammate, a new team to help you move forward in life. And obviously, the old team didn't help you if you ended up in court or ended up in a negative situation that's destroying your self-esteem and energy and thought processes and everything else. To stop orbiting, I give Sa, Ta, Na, Ma. It's a meditation. You can look it up under Kundalini Yoga. There's more. Sadri Sa is another one. It's a great one for taking you out of depression. All these are available. They can contact me or look them up on social media. So the internet's there, that it can educate you to a whole new income, a whole new energy state, or it can take you down the road of cats and whoever that girl is very popular right now on the internet. I won't name names. She became very famous for her activities, we'll put it.
Oh, yeah.
Social media. And it's phenomenal to me that even Bill Mayer and all these other guys want to interview this girl. Of course, that's the power of the internet, but it doesn't make you money necessarily. It doesn't advance your own consciousness. And if you're not involved in being able to examine your own consciousness, that's that Power versus Force book. If you're not available from a state of neutrality to be able to look at all the scripts and programs you've bought into all your life, you're going to continue to have problems. I tell people, avail yourself of anything that helps you move forward in life, helps you be healthier, happier, wealthier. Wealthier is very important to me.